Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at GrowFolds, and today we will be local nursery plant shopping at Green Acres Nursery and Supply in Melissa, Texas. This is one of the best plant nurseries to go to in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. As always, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video, as well as give me a follow on my Instagram at GrowFolds. That is the fastest and most direct way to get in touch with me if you have any questions about the plant, or if you just want to interact with me. I do respond to anybody that sends me messages. Just make sure it is respectful. So anyways, plant foldies, this is an exciting adventure out in North Dallas. So Melissa is further up north to where I am based at. And today I wanted to go visit Green Acres Nursery and Supply because this is a plant nursery that I have visited and made videos in the past. It has been quite a while, but I saw on their Instagram page that all of their houseplants are 20% off. And so I wanted to see if I could cash in on those savings. It is their summer sale that goes on until the end of August, and so I want to see if they have any amazing plants I can pick up. What I will say about Green Acres Nursery and Supply in Melissa, Texas is that they have a wide selection of indoor and outdoor tropical plants. So we're gonna walk over directly into the indoor section, and so here we go. So for those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome, my name is Richie and I do daily 1-hour plant shopping videos. And today is a special one because this is part 1 of 2 episodes that I will feature Green Acres Nursery and Supply in Melissa, Texas, because they have so many plants and I wanted to take a little bit of time to actually show you all the different tables and what they have. So we're going to go back to the front part. So there's 2 entrances. I came the back part because I wanted to see what they look like, but we're going to start the nursery plant tour, the plant shopping at the very part of the front part of the place. And you can see right here, look at the merchandising, the plant styling, the variety of plants, all the plant products, the organization, everything about Green Acres Nursery and Supply is amazing. And we're not even looking at all of the planters, the plant supplies, the different types of soils. All of it is in the main warehouse area. We're literally in the indoor tropical plant greenhouse area. And you can see right here, they've got a variety of different types of anthuriums, blooming anthuriums, and also all of these colorful blooms right over here. So let's take a look at how much this one is. So this one is not a bad price at all. You can see that it is that red bloom right there. Love the color. These are anthuriums that are not necessarily the most popular ones in terms of collectors, but I do appreciate it. And then they have a planting bar where they will do workshops. So that is what makes this place exciting. And you can just see, look at this. It's almost like another miniature jungle, the way they have their plants presented. And then for those that love air plants, look at the different types of air plants that they have here. It's just kind of hanging from this little base, and you can see that there's just a lot of thought and just the styling and organization that they have at this plant nursery. And that to me speaks volumes because it will inspire you to go plant shopping. And I hope today's video will get people excited, especially if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I know that Melissa, Texas might be a little bit of a drive, especially if you live in Dallas. You can take I-75 straight. So it just depends on when you go up the road for that. But you can see right here, look at this beautiful croton. So you know that it is almost that time of the year where we will see different types of crotons, but these ones are Thai hybrids. So you can see that it's got different shapes and colors to it. I like it. This one is for $17.50 in a 5-inch planter. And again, this is the mega sale, the big sale for houseplants, 20% off of houseplants and decor. So if you are able to to come out to Green Acres Nursery and Supply in Melissa, Texas, definitely do so before the end of August. You can cash in on the savings, because today I did intend on purchasing plants, but as you can see right here, I'm just picking up plants around and showing you. This one is on a trellis. I don't know if this is a Hoya or what type of plant this is. Somebody please leave in the comment section what it is. And then you can see we've got some Phoetonias here. So this one is called Phoetonia Lovers. It's a white Phoetonia, and you can see that it is for $17.50. It is sitting in a tray of water, so it is bottom watering. And then you can see right here, this is another Phoetonia. It's a nice fiery red Phoetonia. This one is a beautiful one that I like, and you can see that this is I believe similar to the Proven Winners Leaf Joy Hybrid. This one is also for $17.50. So really like the look of that, and you can see that they've got soil amendments. We're going to spin around here and take a look at all of the other plants. They have a variety of different sizes of plants. They've got plants like these Ficus lyrata. So they've got different types of tree-like plants. And then we're going to look over here. You already know Plant Foldies. I was literally running to go to Green Acres when I saw their post on these jumbo Aglaonema red cyams in 10-inch planters, $50 even. But look at how massive that Aglaonema red cyam is. I am really tempted to buy this, but I'm gonna see what else they have available. I do like the 10-inch planters, because Aglaonema, as much as I love them, the only thing I really dislike about Aglaonemas is that they are a fairly slow growing plant. So the color that they bring, the joy that they bring me is obviously more than enough. But if you're like me that wants a large specimen plant and you don't want to wait to grow it out, you can find big size plants like that at Green Acres. I mean, you can see right here, look at that huge Alocasia that they have, and just notice how they have meticulously organized the plants. I happened to go during the time that they were watering the plants. And so the great thing about local plant nurseries like Green Acres is that you are going to get a healthy plant. They have really good parameters in terms of pest preventatives, plant care. So these plants are never really going to be ever neglected. They're actually living their best life. And you can just see, look at all of these beautiful colors. So I'm just going to walk around, pick up some plants. Feel free to leave in the comment section what you think. Like, I definitely want to buy this croton, even though I shouldn't, but I don't know. So let me know in the comment section what you think of these plants so far, and just give me some insights. Get me excited, because I had so much fun. It was literally my day off, and I spent about 2 hours filming for the Plant Foldy community so they can see this gorgeous plant nursery. And you can see right over here, look at this beautiful Aglaonema Red Delight. It also looks like a pink Valentine, but you know what? I think I'm going to end up getting one of these Aglaonemas, these Aglaonema Red Delights, because for $50 and obviously 20% off, that's not a bad price at all for a large, colorful Aglaonema. Even the more colorful varieties like this tend to take a little while. So I'm just glad that they have this available. I was speaking to the buyer of the nursery for plants, and it was a pleasure to talk to her. Super kind, and I hope that the Green Acres Melissa staff enjoys this video. I promise to send this out, and hopefully more people will, number one, buy up all these Aglaonema, like this Aglaonema Red Siam. Look at how red the borders are. Let's use the hashtag PlantFoldies, hashtag popularize Aglaonemas. Leave in the comment section if the Melissa, Texas Green Acres Plant Nursery and Supply needs to go carry more Aglaonemas. They definitely do. Part 2 will actually delve into more of the Aglaonema varieties. But, you know, I did want to go ahead and just go to the main event. I know that a lot of people, especially with these local houseplant nurseries, you want to see the rare and uncommon plants, which we will find. But I think I'm going to end up buying this one because look at how red this one is. Let me know if I make a good decision to buy this one for 20% off, $50. This is a large Aglaonema Red Delight, and we're just going to keep walking around and looking at these beautiful plants. much as this nursery has so many beautiful pink foliage plants, look at this beautiful croton, magnificent. That is a beautiful one for $17.50. And then we're just going to keep walking around here and just admiring all of the beautiful green foliage, all the colors that they have, the reds, the pinks, everything about this plant nursery. It is one of my favorite nurseries to also feature. And I know that Dallas Plant Con is happening sometime in October, and I actually wanted to make a roadmap for everybody that might be visiting Dallas on some of the local plant nurseries I would recommend. I'm going to definitely put this on my list to visit the Melissa, Texas Green Acres Nursery and Supplies, because this is definitely a nursery that deserves the awareness and also the sales, because look at how beautiful the plants are. I do also think that their plants in general are priced effectively. They're budget friendly pricing, especially for plants that you typically do not see. So let's just keep walking around and seeing what else that we have. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up some blooming anthuriums. Look at how beautiful these are, and just give you more of a walking tour of the plants here. So let's just say that I am just going to be walking around and showing you some of these plants, and give you some commentary in just a bit. Plant foldies, you can see right here, we've got the Aglaonema. That is just stunning. I love the color. Look at that pink coloration. And again, it's only for $50 for a 10-inch planter, which honestly is not a bad price at all, considering Aglaonema, they are a much slower growing plant. So to get a plant like this, it would take just a little bit longer than, say, a philodendron or something of that caliber. So I just feel like with those Aglaonema, if you are an Aglaonema lover like myself, which I would assume most of the plant foldies watching today's video are, I would go ahead and run to Green Acres Nursery and Supply to make sure that you grab one of these beauties, because Aglaonema red sign, for instance, it is available. And then look at these beautiful granite planters. I love the aesthetic behind it, and when you look at how much the planters are, it's not a bad price at all as well. So you know, with local and nurseries, local businesses, you would assume that some people think that these prices may not be as good as big box stores, but I would say you really have to look at the pricing. I would even say that with Green Acres, they have very competitive plant pricing and even their supplies. And you can see right here, they've got just beautiful little fountain fixtures and just the plant styling and aesthetic I absolutely love. So we're just going to go ahead and explore and look at the plants that they have available on this table. Now, I know earlier this year they used to have a living wall that was shaped like a heart, but it looks like they've changed it up where it is another type of arrangement, and this time they have a lot of trailing plants, and these are going to be the Epipremnum aureum or Pothos plants. There might be some other varieties of trailing plants, but you can see right here we've got my favorite neon pothos. They've got jade pothos and golden pothos. I love the look of a living wall. I am even thinking that I should have that kind of installation maybe over my master bedroom. But we'll see. I don't know. But as far as a living wall, I'm just curious if anybody else has one in their home. So let me know in the comment section what you think of this living wall, and would you actually create one for your space? Did you know that kalanchoe are considered succulents? And you can see that these are in bloom. Beautiful plant. Again, with succulents, they do need lots of bright light. I wouldn't always say full sun, but for $9.75, this is a beautiful white bloom kalanchoe. Beautiful Monstera deliciosa. And you'll also see right over here, we're about to make our way there, but the arrangement here is that there's going to be a bunch of Hydra helix on this hanging, I don't even know what to call it, this hanging mantle right here, where they're going to have about 5 of these hanging on the ceiling. I think that is going to be super cool. And with this actual nursery, it is quite humid. So I would say even those spider mites are not going to be able to thrive in that environment. And speaking of which, you know, in terms of plant interiors and plant interior design, you know, one of the biggest YouTube content creators I love watching would be Benji Plants. He has always mounted his staghorn ferns, and I've always wanted to mount a staghorn fern onto a wooden plank like this, but you know, for me, I just haven't ever gotten to the to it. But you can see they even sell mounted staghorn ferns for a cost-effective plant price. So if you want something that's going to be a little bit more unique in how you display your plants like this, then I would definitely go to Green Acres Nursery and Supply, because these staghorn ferns are looking very stylish and I just love the look of it. They also sell terrariums and make custom builds as well. So they have those types of services. You would just need to inquire with the nursery. So over here, we're going to go into the room or section where they carry their more expensive, rare, and uncommon plants. It is often locked and you have to actually ask to get in to see these plants. So really happy that I am able to just explore freely around this area. You can see right over here, we've got an Epipremnum pinnatum albo in a 6-inch planter. Look at how beautiful that half moon variegation is. And it is trailing. So they've got many different rare plants. And who would have thought out in Melissa, Texas, there would be a plant nursery that offers rare plants and you don't necessarily have to get them shipped to your doorstep. Right here, $55. We've got a variegated Epipremnum alplicimum Aurea, and I like the look of this as well. I want a variegated Epipremnum aureum alplicima. Just even an Epipremnum alplicima would be a great collection for addition to my collection. You know, these pothos are really cool, and I love the fact that if I wanted one, I could go to Green Acres Nursery and Supply. You can see they've got philodendron snowdrift right here in a 6-inch or 5-inch planter. Now with the philodendron snowdrift, in order for you to really maintain that coloration, you definitely need to give bright indirect light. Otherwise, it will revert back to more of a greenish tone. So the more light you provide this particular philodendron, the more snowdrift or lighter the foliage is going to look. You know, when it comes down to certain plant variegation, coloration, again, some plants really rely on just its initial genetics where it's more stable, whether you give it great lighting or not, or it is reliant on lighting conditions. So bright indirect light is necessary to really give them that best coloration. And then you can see right here, these are some more unique philodendrons you often don't see at big box stores. This one's for $37.50. I really love the texture of the leaves. It almost reminds me of like a Philodendron plomanii, something of that nature. I have a friend, his name is Steve. He actually has a YouTube channel called I Lift Plants. He loves philodendron, and when I picked this up, I thought of Steve because of his philodendron collection. But again, that's what makes Green Acres Nursery and Supply so much fun to visit and just walk around and look, because they have a lot of different types of plants to look at. Now you have a philodendron silver sword. This is for $22.50. It has already got a little stake to help it climb up. And as the philodendron silver sword actually matures by climbing up a pole, it gets larger leaves. This is also known as a philodendron hastatum. Love the metallic silver foliage. I have 3 of these and they are doing well. I actually have them growing outdoors in my shaded patio area. And so we're just going to continue to look at some more of these rare and uncommon plants. Alright, so this is the Monstera Burley Marks Flame. I actually have 2 of them, and I will even tell you that the big box store that I went to, that Home Depot out in North Houston, I was able to find one for a lot cheaper. It was $19.98 by Costa Farms Trading Tropicals. However, if you don't have access or can't find the Monstera Burley Marks Flame, you can always go to like local nurseries and find them here. This is one of the highly sought after Monsteras, and truthfully, even for $60, that is not a bad price at all for a Monstera Burley Marks Flame, because I remember seeing even smaller specimens where it's 2 leaf and people were selling them for $200. So prime example of patience is a virtue. If you just wait long enough, the plant pricing will go down for that particular plant, because it becomes a little bit more accessible, a little bit more readily available to the general public. Now over here we have a philodendron, a variegated philodendron, although the variegation is faint. This one right here is, you can see right here that they have this variegated philodendron Bob C. Now philodendron Bob C does need a polar moss pole to climb up, because then it'll actually mature and have larger leaves. $27.50. That's not a bad price at all, considering it is variegated. And I would assume to really push out the variegation, you just need to give it lots of bright indirect light. And, Monstera Thai Constellation, even if it's not really considered a rare plant anymore, it is exciting to know that you can get a stable variegated Monstera for a decent price these days. And then as I spin around here, they've got 2 Monstera Albo. So Monstera Albo has maintained its plant price. That one is a Monstera Thai Constellation, but this one right here is for, I believe, $650 or $700. This is a Monstera, or $750. This one is a Monstera Albo, and you can see that it has some beautiful stable nodes with variegation. So you can see that the node is where it will actually show whether it's going to be variegated or not. You can see that it's got some really good variegation, and it's also balanced except for this one. This Monstera leaf is a ghost. Look at it. pure white over there. So we'll see how long this particular Monstera albo leaf lasts, but it is so beautiful to look at. Now, if you do get browning or crisping on the leaves, what most people will do, and you can see that this nursery has done it, is actually just chop off the brown parts, but I wanted to show you how beautiful this leaf looks. You can see the new growth point that's potentially going to come out does have some faint green. So that's what you want, because if you have a Monstera albo that pushes out 2 and maybe even 3 consecutive full white leaves, I would highly recommend chopping it, because it's not sustainable for the plant. It will actually actually make the plant decline in its health, because it does need green. It does need chlorophyll in order for it to actually live. And you can see the next Monstera albo has more green on it. So I would actually chop the 3 top leaves in order for it to maybe push out more variegation. But what a beautiful all white leaf. It is definitely a ghost. This one is a philodendron green Congo nuclear, and you can just see, look at that marbling and the variegation on this. Every single leaf has variegation. This one is a little bit pricey. It is for $100, but can you imagine when it actually gets larger and matures what that variegation is going to look like? It is definitely going to be a showstopper. And so as far as this rare area, the rare tropical area at Green Acres Nursery, they always get different varieties of rare and uncommon plants. And so I'm just going to walk around here and pick up and show you what they have available. I'll flash the plant ID name and the plant pricing. So if you are a rare plant collector, this is another nursery where you don't necessarily have to like buy rare plants online. You don't have to necessarily get on Palm Street to buy rare and uncommon plants. If you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or if you're making a road trip out to Dallas, this is a nursery I would recommend. Again, it is further up north in Dallas, so it might just take a little bit longer to get to, but if you're willing to travel, this is definitely worth going to, because I am just showing the indoor tropical houseplant, but they also have a massive outdoor garden section. They also have trees and shrubs available in a whole warehouse with patio furniture and tons of different types of plant supplies, planters, bird feeders, and even furniture. So lots going on, and also lots going on when it comes to these trending plants, and that is the Anthurium hybrid. So you can see that they've got some Anthuriums here, and you already know that in terms of getting these types of Anthuriums, you would have to most likely go to a local nursery versus a big box store. Although I will say Proven Winners Leaf Joy has gotten some Anthuriums out, the Anthurium Doc Block Michelle, but you can see these are crosses, and these are actually sourced out from Woohoo Tropicals, which is a nursery out in Houston, Texas. So in terms of just the plant sourcing of this nursery, the buyer is able to source out from many different sources, and that is the reason why there is a huge, massive selection of different types of plants to pick from. And I would even say again, and I'm going to repeat this multiple times in the video, that they are cost-effective plant pricing as well. This is an example of a larger philodendron snowdrift. You can see that it's got a nice neonish color. More light will actually push out even lighter foliage. That's the thing about philodendrons, especially these serrated versions. Lighting is critical if you wanted to have the best coloration or variegation. So just keep that in mind. Speaking of philodendron that are variegated but can be finicky, that Burley Marks philodendron is one that often reverts, and you can see that it's not highly variegated. And then you can see over here they've got Alocasia as well. So different types of Alocasia. This is the Alocasia. Alocasia really love the narrow leaves. And speaking of narrow leaves, they also have a Philodendron billetiae, and then I think this is a vanilla plant. I'm not 100% sure. So plant foldies, let me know in the comment section what the plant ID is for this particular plant. And we're just going to keep exploring the rare and uncommon section of Green Acres Nursery and Supply. And this is a Philodendron Pink Princess Marble, $22.50. And this is an example of a beautiful variegated Philodendron Pink Princess. So if you're looking for one that has beautiful variegation, you want to get the Philodendron Pink Princess Marble Galaxy. This is it versus just a regular Philodendron Pink Princess. Because the Philodendron Pink Princess, a lot of its variegation is highly influenced by its initial genetics. So even if you do give it lots of light, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to push out that variegation. But this one right here, it's kind of like the Monstera constellation almost, where it's not necessarily fully stable, but it's definitely going to give you a lot more marbling of a variegation. So $22.50, I would say that that is still a very, very good price for a variegated philodendron. So let me know in the comment section, Plant Foldies, what you think of some of these plants that they have. I mean, you can even see right here, Monstera Mint, juvenile form, and you can see that it is $145. So it's still holding on to It's priced right over here, but you know, once it actually gets large, it is a beautiful Monstera. You know, these variegated Monsteras in general are just ones that are always going to be highly sought after. I would say out of all the variegated Monstera varieties, the Monstera Thai constellation has really reduced in its plant pricing, but all the other ones are still holding its price. Either way, if you are a collector or somebody that wants a wish list plant like this, Green Acres Nursery and Supply definitely carries this. And you know, right now they have the summer sale all the way until the end of August for 20% off. So if you're looking for these plants and you're in the area, I would definitely go here and buy up all of these plants and really cash in on the 20% savings. And this is the variegated Alocasia dragon scale mint, and this is for $70. But I remember seeing this about 2 years ago, where a variegated Alocasia dragon scale mint would be more than like $300 or $400. So you can see that it does have some price reduction. It's still kind of high, so I'm gonna wait a bit on the variegated Alocasia dragon scale mint. And the reason being is Alocasias in general are a little bit more of a finicky plant. I would either recommend growing them outdoors where the humidity levels will you know, maintain a little bit higher, at least for my area. And then you can also use a hose to hose it down, because Alocasias are very much so spider mite prone. This one is for $37.50. This is the Alocasia Adora Aurea, and I really like the look of this one. So if I find a really good one, I will definitely buy it, because it does get larger leaves. It is a faster grower, and this is one I would consider getting. I'm thinking I will probably get one just because that is a pretty good price, and the size is not a bad one at all. So I'm gonna look for one with some really good variegation, but I'm gonna go ahead and just continue to show you the dragon scale mints. Interesting that the Manjula Pothos is considered an uncommon or rare pothos plant. They have those available, and look at the size of that particular leaf. They've got these right over here as well. Beautiful plant. I would say with Manjula Pothos, if you're able to get it to grow up a totem pole or moss pole and let it attach, you're going to get some beautiful, large, round, variegated leaves. It's almost like a cheaper alternative to getting a Monstera albo. And then you can see right here, this is another Aglaonema, a pink one called Aglaonema Fabian. This one is not a bad price at all. It does look very similar to the other pink Aglaonema. So unless you're looking for specifics, you know, that's what happens with Aglaonemas, that they can look very similar. And this is the variegated Alocasia Adora Aurea that I'm going to buy. Look at that beautiful half moon leaf, and look at that variegation on this one. So this one's going to definitely come home with me, $37.50 at 20% off. So I think that that's a pretty good deal. I'm definitely saving some money. I could probably find this even more so cheaper, but I definitely want to support Green Acres Nursery and Supply, and the fact that they have 20% off makes it even more cost effective. I will be growing this particular particular Alocasia outdoors. I'm most likely going to repot it, and look at this. It already has about 3 other babies, so a couple of corms have already sprouted, so I'm getting like 3 for the price of 1, and I love that for myself. Let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, what you think, if I got a deal on this, and the fact that there is 20% off summer sale on all houseplants at Green Acres Nursery and Supply. I definitely need to go ahead and add that to my plant haul. And then I'm just going to go finish up right here and just show you the rest of the rare and uncommon plants. Another Aglaonema Fabian right over here. Look at how beautiful that pink leaf is on this Aglaonema. So now that we've actually explored the rare and uncommon section of the Green Acres Nursery and Supply indoor greenhouse, you can see I have my little cart here, and I'm going to go ahead and add that Alocasia odora aurea. Love that I found it for that price. I'm super excited. And you can see I've already added an Aglaonema right over here. That one is only for $13.50 with 20% off. So I am definitely getting some really good plants. And then now we're going to go ahead and explore the rest of this nursery. Again, this is a 2-part series. I'll have another 1-hour video for some of the other plants, because there's a lot of plants I want to show and feature. Variegated string of pearls, for instance, we've got that as well, $13.50. Not a bad price at all for that particular one. And you can see that they've got more plants right over here. And so this is the Epipremnum aureum table, or Pothos table, and they've got some other philodendrons right over here. But you can see we've got a jade pothos, just a green variety. Let's look at the plant pricing here. Of all the pothos plants, this is going to be the fastest growing and most vigorous one. I love that deep green color that this particular pothos has, and it's one that you can easily propagate. This one is for $7.75 in a 5-inch planter at 20% off as well. So it is on sale. And then we also have this one is an Enjoy Pothos, or at least that's what it's listed as, but it does also almost look like a Pearls and Jade Pothos. Either way, this is a beautiful variegated pothos, $15.50. Now this one right here has more stable variegation, as in even if you don't give it as much bright indirect light, it's still going to hold on to a lot of its cream and albo variegation. Although I would still recommend bright indirect light for the best coloration on that. You actually enhance the colors a of pothos plants when you provide it with a lot of bright light. So just know that. And I would say that from experience, like for instance, if you give the Yesenia pothos, which is a pothos that easily reverts back to almost like a jade pothos. But if you take it outdoors, like I did in a shaded patio that gets like morning light, it will actually lighten up and give you that minty color. So lighting conditions, especially for this particular plant table, all of the plants here will really benefit from getting extra bright indirect light. I mean, you can see right here, beautiful variegation. And with this particular pothos, it has smaller leaves. This is a slower growing pothos when you compare it to the jade pothos, the neon pothos, and the marble queen pothos. And speaking of which, neon pothos is my favorite pothos to grow because look at this. Look at that bright yellowish neon color. $17.50, and it is looking super healthy. It reminds me of the other Japanese pothos that's still very uncommon and rare in the USA, and that is called the Pothos Carnival. It basically has the neon pothos leaves, but it has small green speckles on it. So it's really interesting. And then you can see right here, that is a prime example of how the pothos wants to grow. And if you grow it up a totem pole or moss pole, it will attach its aerial roots and get larger leaves. But you can see right here, just the arrangement. And I don't often see hanging baskets of jade pothos. So I love the fact that if you just want a lush green plant, one that is super easy, a beginner friendly plant, get yourself a hanging basket like this from Green Acres. I love it, love it, love it. I was actually super tempted to buy this because look at how full it is. Look at how it's trailing, and it is at 20%. So I'm just gonna go ahead and walk around here and show you the arrangement. And I just love how beautiful and how much work the team puts into presenting these beautiful plants. I love how each table is organized in a way that draws you in and definitely inspires you to fill your basket up. I mean, if I had an unlimited budget, I would be spending so much money here, but I gave myself a budget of being under $100 today. So we'll see if I will stay under that budget. But you can see right here, this is a Syndapsis jade, another beautiful just green Syndapsis, and this is actually considered to be more of an uncommon Syndapsis since a lot of Syndapsis have a silvery tone to it. I am a fan of pothos totems because look at this. Look at that neon pothos, but look at how large the leaves are. Now, in order to get your pothos to get these large leaves, it is critical for their actual aerial roots to attach. So if you have a wooden plank, that makes it easier. And then you have a philodendron lemon lime, and you can see it's only $55 for these 10-inch planters with totems. I would actually buy this one if I wasn't planning on buying one of the larger $50 Aglaonemas. That is a beautiful totem, and at 20% off, that is a really good price. So again, I urge everybody to go to Green Acres if you're able to make it before the end of the month, which is basically this coming weekend. Go ahead and spend all your money and, you know, share this video. So even if you don't make it to this nursery now to cash in on the 20% off, I would just ask, if anything, because I want to get that awareness out. If you are part of any social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, those types of social medias, to share the link to this video, because I feel like not a lot of people are really aware of Green Acres Nursery in Melissa, Texas. And so, you know, the Dallas-Fort Worth area is a very vast metropolitan area with many places to go plant shopping, but this is one I would put at the top of the list as a must-see nursery, a place where you need to go shopping. I mean, because look at this, there is a full round table of philodendron ring of fires, and I just remember when that philodendron philodendron was super expensive, and now it's affordable. And then you can just see right here, I am just really tempted to buy a hanging basket of jade pothos. So even if I didn't get one today, I will go back to Green Acres Nursery and Supply. And I kind of feel bad that I didn't visit nearly as much as I did earlier this year. You know, all throughout the summer, I didn't really go visit, but I am going to make more frequent trips here because of all of the plants that they have. For those that have made it this far into the video, I did want to say thank you so much for watching so far in this video, and also to ask, if you haven't already, please make sure you are pressing that thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. It is a simple gesture to really just reward any YouTube content creators for their work and effort to make content for y'all. I know that I pretty much spent a lot of my morning on my day off just filming. I figured if I was at Green Acres Nursery, I didn't want to just do a 1 hour plant shopping video. I really wanted to take time where I showed you all the plants that they have available. So it took a little bit more time, but I figured, you know, you guys want to see more of the detailed plants. Like this one is a green shields plant, beautiful plant, a little bit finicky, but I'm currently growing the silver inducon outdoors and it's doing very well. And this one is a philodendron Bob C, variegated, $27.50 right over here. This table is filled with philodendron, and have you ever seen a large philodendron campii? Look at how stunning this philodendron is. I love the texture of the leaves, the narrow leaves, the texture of the leaves. This is one that you would see at a big box store like Walmart that was being sold as grower's bench. Recently found this at a grocery store as well for $14.97, but not to the size of that. And that's the thing. If you want instant gratification and you just want a large size plant, Green Acres Nursery and Supply has you. You can see right here, we've got an Aglaonema, Maria for instance, and we have even more large philodendron. That one is a philodendron jungle boogie. And then just look at the beauty of this nursery. I can't get over the fact that we've got a beautiful nursery out in North Dallas that has all of these gorgeous plants. I mean, look at the aesthetic, the way that they've decorated this and arranged the plants. Love it as well. And you know, it's just some places that you would just want to visit, even if you're not necessarily buying plants, to just be around nature. I mean, this is a beautiful Enjoy Pothos right next to the Mickey Mouse Alocasia. So even that type of variegation being arranged, it makes sense. And that has a lot to do with even plant styling or just how people arrange or put their plants together in an indoor space. I am getting a lot of inspiration just walking around and picking plants at this nursery. Plant foldies, I hope you guys are enjoying this this plant nursery tour so far. I know it is not my typical big box or plant shopping video. I am really trying to mix up my plant content in terms of also highlighting the local nurseries out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area because of the recognition that they deserve. I really do feel like more people have to see local nurseries, and that is the reason why I say this in all my videos. And I will say, make sure that whenever you're buying your plants, that you diversify where you buy your plants, whether it is at a big box store or whether it is at a wonderful nursery like Green Acres Nursery and Supply. So for me, just the fact that these are all 20% off and they are already priced at an affordable price, I would say you definitely need to visit here. I mean, look at this variegated Mickey Mouse Alocasia, beautiful plant. And you can see that right over here is another one. I ended up buying one of these a while back from Green Acres, and I converted it into semi-hydroponic substrate, lechuza pond, and it is doing very well for me as well. Love that that the variegation is more so on the borders of the leaves, and that one actually is influenced by the amount of light you provide it in order for it to really get that variegation. And then over here, these are a steal, and I say these are all a steal because those syngoniums are priced affordably. I will go into detail on those, I think, on part 2. And then you can see, look at that massive Alocasia. They've actually had that one for a while. It is definitely a statement piece plant. And then we also have some umbrella plants, or what you call chifleras, right over here, large forms in planters. You don't necessarily actually have to put or repot the plant in the planter. You can just use it as a catch pot. And this is an example, for instance, of the Dracaena marginata. You'll see that it is in a 10-inch like nursery planter, and they just went ahead and stuck it inside a 10-inch planter like that. What an instant plant styling solution. And we're just going to continue to walk around here. So we're going to highlight this stunning Alocasia leaf. Look how massive that size is for that Alocasia, and this Alocasia is for sale. So if you're looking for gigantic giants of an Alocasia, you can go to Green Acres Nursery and Supply, and you can see that they've got ficus here and also bonsai. So this one is a ginseng bonsai, pre-bonsai, or at least I would consider it pre-bonsai because it's not in a proper bonsai pot, but it is one that you can grow indoors. Just make sure you provide it with lots of light. Most bonsai need to be grown outdoors, and for those that don't know, bonsai is the art of growing trees in a miniature setting, a miniature tree, and trimming it and shaping it, and it is one that requires a lot of patience. I am excited to announce that I am an official affiliate for the Bonsai Supply, so we're going to take a look at this first. Plant Foldies, I am super excited to finally show you my unboxing of the bonsai supplies that I received a generous amount from the Bonsai Supply store. This is a company that is based out in Houston, Texas. I have been using the Bonsai Supply soil for many years now. I used to buy it off of Amazon, but you can actually buy this directly from the bonsaisupply.com. And you can see right here, this is their all-purpose, fast-draining soil that you can utilize for your bonsai. And for those that don't know, the bonsai is the art of growing beautiful miniature trees, and it is one that takes so much dedication. It is definitely creating living works of art, and in order to make living works of art, you really have to have premium soil and supplies. And I am just super excited that the Bonsai Supply company sent me this package of all of the supplies that I have used for many years. So you can see right here, I am struggling to unbox this. This is the organic slow release all-purpose fertilizer that is also made and sourced out in the United States. So all of their supplies in terms of just the soils and their fertilizers are sourced out and created in the United States. You can see right here, it is a gentle organic fertilizer, and it is all purpose, so you can utilize it for a lot of your plants. Here's the thing about the Bonsai Supply soil. It is definitely a complete soil. It is one that you can utilize as well for your succulents and cactus. So if you don't necessarily grow bonsai, you can actually utilize their soils because it is fast draining. So it's really good for even your succulents, your cactus, and your sansevieria, any type of plant that just needs fast draining soil. You can see that the Bonsai Supply has also sent me different types of wire gauges, as well as their other fertilizer right over here. You can see that this one is the non-organic fertilizer. So you have different choices, and all of these products you can find on the bonsaisupply.com or bonsaisupply.com. I do have an affiliate link for that. That is going to be in all of my descriptions for my YouTube videos. And I'm just really excited to be able to finally show you all of the amazing products that I received from Bonsai Supply. You can see right over here, this one is the black lava rock. So you can utilize these types of soils to amend your soil. So say you need to make your all-purpose soil a little bit more fast draining, you can utilize a lot of these soil amendments for it. So you can see that I've got 3 different types of soils. I am going to be using the all-purpose mixture that they already have on the very left, and I am so thankful that they even sent me other supplies such as this potting mat. And just know, plant foldies, that I will utilize in another video a demonstration of using all of their supplies. So I just wanted to show you guys what types of supplies I got from Bonsai Supply. Super excited that I met the owners when I was actually at PlantCon Houston 2025, and I'm just so thankful and honored that they chose me to be one of their affiliates to actually promote and share their products. I mean, you can see right here, we've got some stainless steel scissors, and what I like about the Bonsai Supply supplies that I've received in the past couple of years, aside from just getting this really generous package, is the fact that these soils do work. You can utilize it for a lot of your plants. You don't really have to worry about root rot. It is just fast draining, and I love the fact that all of the ingredients that they use is sourced from the United States. This is made in the USA, and we definitely want to support American products. This is an American company, and I just love the fact that the owners and the company really trusted me to show you all of these soils. So if you are interested in utilizing Bonsai Supply soils, please utilize my promo code for 10% off any of the supplies on your orders. Just use the promo code GROWFOLDS. It's just one word when you check out, and you will receive 10% off your entire order for these supplies. These are high quality supplies. This is some of the best bonsai supplies you can utilize, and this is just great products to use for a lot of your plants in general. So I urge everybody to follow the Bonsai Supply on Instagram and shop today. What you'll notice is that this particular nursery does arrange a lot of their plants based on plant genus or species or even plant care. So you'll see that there were a lot of ficus plants in one. We have a bunch of Dracaenas on this table here. And as I pan away, just look at how beautiful this nursery is. It is definitely another jungle paradise of a nursery. I love the fact that they have easy care plants like this right here. This is another Dracaena for only $9.75. So if you're looking for something small, if you're looking for something easy care, buy yourself this Dracaena. I love that green on green coloration. I love the stripes on it, and it is one that is low light tolerant and drought tolerant. So if you're looking for a plant that's not going to bring you a lot of stress, you can get yourself a Dracaena. And you can even see right here, this is a Dracaena marginata colorama. Say that 3 times really fast. $17.50, and look at that root. It is super healthy. And what I'm noticing a lot about the plants that are at Green Acres Nursery and Supply is that a lot of their plants are definitely established in their grower containers. So they are sourced from reputable wholesalers. And I love that, because if you are looking for a plant, you want to get a plant that's already established. You don't want to just get like a recently propagated plant where it has some roots, but it's not fully established. I mean, obviously, with the demands of plants, sometimes that is always not going to be the case where you can get a fully established plant. But what I've seen so far from just picking up the plants at Green Acres is that they are fully established. And I mean, Just look at this. Now you can see this is the Dracaena Song of India, and whenever I see this plant, I really wish I could just buy this plant. And you know, it's for $450. I wanted to get this plant and actually get it sent to BangBeats, one of my favorite YouTube content creators, because he actually lost everything, his beautiful home, during the California fires, and he had a very beautiful Dracaena Song of India. That was one of his iconic statement piece plants that he had for years, and it was around this size. So you know, if I was able to actually get this sent to him, that would be amazing. But, you know, as far as that plant does require lots of light in comparison to the Dracaenas that are on this table. Let's just continue to walk around and see what other plants that they have available. Feel free to leave in the comment section, plant foldies, what you think of these plants. And for those that don't know, you can actually leave a monetary tip in the form of a super sticker for any content creators on YouTube. Just press the $sign on the bottom, I think, is it right hand or left hand on the screen? That definitely helps with the sustainability of the channel. And for those that have given me super stickers in the past, really appreciate it. As I record this video, I will be going to PlantCon this weekend. That could definitely help with some of the funding to for that trip. So I appreciate those that have given super stickers, but that is an option if you're not aware. Now, speaking of awareness, look at how there's two different types of variegated variegated Chifleras. Do you want to buy this one? This is more of the Albo variety, or the other one that has more of an Hoya variety. I was actually really tempted to buy these, and this one particularly because this is for $22.50. I was thinking of using the wire from the Bonsai supply and actually converting this and actually styling it to become more of a tropical bonsai tree. Love the variegated Chiflera. So let me know in the comment section, would you get the Hoya version or the Albo version? I may end up coming back. And then you can see right here, plant foldies. This table is full of Monstera. So we've got Monstera Peru, Monstera deliciosas, Monstera stadlianas, lots to pick from. Aside from just all of the plants, you can see this whole table focuses on air plants, and I know that some of the plant foldies have asked to see more varieties of air plants. So you can see they've got air plants and different types of containers and vessels that you can display them on. I love that. So if you are an air plant fan, you can go to Green Acres, and if you are into just really quirky or niche type planters, look at this, super cute, and I am just loving the quirkiness. And you can see that Green Acres also has repotting services where you can buy a plant and a planter and they will repot it for you for just a small fee. So you can get all of the plant care and needs met at Green Acres Plant Nursery. Over here, they've got beautiful bright terracotta planters. I love the shapes of these, and this is a classic planter. I love terracotta planters. I think it's got a nice classic aesthetic, and they have these priced at a very good price, even better than a big box store. So in terms of the terracotta planters, I always buy mine at Green Acres because I feel like I'm saving more money because of the plant pricing and the planters that they have available. They're very much so budget friendly. And then over here, they just have tables and tables of more plants. And you would be surprised because there is a part 2, another hour, where I'm gonna go show you even more plants. That is just the amount of plants that they have in this particular greenhouse. If I were to make another separate episode and look at the outdoor garden plants and even their indoor plant supplies, there's just so much to look at. This one right here is a mahogany tree plant. Love it. And you can see that this one has a new growth point unfurling. And And you can see right here, plant foldies. This is a table. The half of this table has a bunch of ferns. So I just love the organization. I'm not necessarily a big fern fan, but if you like ferns, Green Acres Nursery and Supply has this as well. Table right over here has some starter 2-inch planters for $4.50. I love that they organize all the purple foliage plants. All of the plants that I love, this one is a purple passion plant right here. I've had these in the past, unfortunately went to plant heaven just because it does require a little bit more watering, and I'm not necessarily the best at watering plants. You got a purple shields plant right here. This one can get fairly large. Now, growing these indoors is a little bit of a challenge. Most people will grow these outdoors as a annual plant, and then we have Tradescantia Sabrina right over here. These are all for $4.50 starter plants. A lot of these plants are really for terrariums, or you can start a terrarium. You can see right here, variegated Dracaena Sandriana, or what you call the variegated lucky bamboo. Look at how cute that is. And this one is one of the Dracaenas, again, that requires quite a bit of water. So that could be a terrarium plant. You've got a bunch of syngonium starters right over here. And you even have some starters of kalanchoe and all sorts of other things. But yes, August summer sale, all decor and houseplants 20% off at Green Acres Nursery and Supply in Melissa, Texas. I urge everybody to run, not walk, to this nursery and try to cash in on these sales. And then you can see right over here, they've got jade plants and the clusia plant. So clusia plant, $9.75. This is another plant that I am considering buying and growing in my indoor space. Something about the leaves just being very waxy, and even just the stems being very rubbery. It's interesting. And then we have some more bonsai right over here. Juniper bonsai for $32.50. Again, plant foldies. I am an official affiliate of the Bonsai Supply. I have my affiliate link in the video description. Be sure to click on that if you're going to buy some supplies at the Bonsai Supply. Use my promo code GROWFOLDS for 10% off of your bonsai supplies. The Bonsai Supply soil is amazing, even for succulents, or even to increase the drainage of your actual soil. So that's another soil amendment you can actually add. And then now, as far as these plants, so they do have some Hoyas. In the past, I've actually had more of a Hoya selection, but needless to say, it's still beautiful. And look at this beautiful concrete planter. I just love the chunkiness and even just the modern vibe it has. And this is my very first time actually seeing this. This is a Syndapsis black silver. It's got definitely darker foliage leaves. Syndapsis are beautiful. Their leaves curl when they need more water, so they're a little bit more thirsty, but either way, look at how beautiful the dark foliage is with the silver contrast. And then we have some more Hoyas here. So in terms of terrariums, they also make custom build terrariums and have plant pricing for it. So if you want a terrarium, I know that Home Depot carries terrariums made by proven winners Leafjoy, but it's always fun to create your own DIY terrarium. So they have some terrarium supplies. I would love to make some terrariums later on, maybe next year, just because even this year, can you believe it's almost September, and there's only just a couple more months until 2026. But in terms of terrariums, again, they do have these on sale, and Green Acres Nursery and Supply actually has workshops, and they actually have plant events. One of them would be how to build a terrarium. I would love to be able to make one of those at some point. I always end up working on the weekends that they do have it. But look at these terrariums right over here. This one's super pretty. Look at it. It's already trailing. And let's take a look at the price. It is for $43.51 with tax. So if you want a custom build terrarium, you can do that, or you can buy your terrarium supplies here and choose a couple of starter plants on the table adjacent from it or next to it. So I just think that if you are, again, and I've said this multiple times in the videos, but it is just such a joy to be able to go to a nursery as beautiful as Green Acres Nursery and Supply. You know, they have many different varieties of plants. Lots of their plants are also very much so cost effective. And if you just need a daily dose of serotonin and dopamine, if you just need that peace and zen, you can just go here early morning like I did and just enjoy all of the beautiful plants. As I round out this video today, just know that there is a part 2 that I'm going to be featuring, because I'm going to talk even more in detail about plant care. I just really wanted to give you an overview of some of the plants that you can see, and I am just in awe of the beautiful coloration of those Aglaonema. That is definitely going to be added to my my shopping cart. And then you can see for my begonia lover, so look at this dark foliage begonia. This one right here is for $22.50. And for those that have sent prayers and positive vibes for my 90-year-old grandma, my Lola Belen, thank you so much. She updated me. She's even getting even more so better. She's going through physical therapy. So I really appreciate all the good vibes. And you know, today's video, I hope you guys have gotten some really good vibes at Green Acres Nursery and Supply, because look at this. I mean, how do you not feature a beautiful nursery that has Aglaonema? I mean, look at that Aglaonema red Siam. Like, I probably need to go back for that. There's a couple of plants, you know, in hindsight, as I do this voiceover, that I regret not buying, but I really did want to keep in budget for some of the plants. So let's just pan around here as I round out this video for today. So plant foldies, what do you think about this beautiful nursery out in North Dallas in Melissa, Texas? This is my plant haul right over here. So I got an Aglaonema. I have 2 Aglaonemas and a variegated Alocasia Adora, and it ended up being under $100. So I'm super proud of myself. Stay tuned for part 2 of my Green Acres Nursery and Supply nursery walkthrough. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. And as always, if you want exclusive membership content, please consider joining my YouTube membership tier. Click the join button. My name is Richie at Growfold. I've enjoyed showing you Green Acres Nursery and Supply. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel with all the notification bell on, and click on the videos that are popping up on the screen now. I definitely will have some new content soon. I'll see you on the next one.